Hello everyone, I am Dr. RMD and in today's video we'll be discussing INICET latest updates and trends, what you should be worried about and what you shouldn't be worried about, and why a revision strategy fails for many students when preparing for INICET May 2026. So this is a new website of AIMS. So they have changed their website and now it is very easy to go through the circulars and notices. So till date, when I'm shooting this video, that is on 17th March, there is no update regarding INICET May 2026 registrations. I got many queries in my comment section regarding when will it start. Okay, so if you go back to last year's that is November 2025 INICET, you see that they had released the online registration, everything just 40 days before the actual exam. Okay, so exam was on 9th November. They released by September end. So it's not a new thing for AIMS. AIMS does it, and we know that it is not like NBMS. AIMS has its own way of doing things, so it does it. Okay, so you shouldn't be worried about registration things and all right now. What you should be worried about is revision. So this is the timeline that I shared in my last video. If you haven't watched my last video, which I uploaded 1 week back, please go and watch it. This has all revision strategy that is required. Okay, so basically we start our revision from March 20 and we end it by April 30. This is a complete whole set of revision where we have total 50 days. In these 50 days, we'll be targeting all subjects, and also in the last 10 days we have this final revision phase. Last 15 days, okay, last 15 days we'll have final revision phase where we'll be going through each subject so that we don't forget things also. Okay, and what to study in this final revision, everything I had discussed in the previous video. So when I say you that you finish these things within 50 days, that is you finish these subjects in 40 days and these subjects in 10 days, like for example pathology in 5 days, physiology in 3 days, biochemistry 3 days, medicine 5 days, micro 3 days, you'll be like, sir, it is easy to say that you can finish all these things, do revision, but we have such a big source. Like I have been getting some queries from students over online consultation that their source, many of them had attended face-to-face classes, some had attended live classes, some had attended mission classes. So these notes are really bulky and they want to prepare for INICET and they can't prepare because of these bulky notes. And how to concise notes, I had previously made a video on how to concise notes, but that still doesn't answer the queries. So for INICET specific thing, how to concise notes and how to make sure that you're on track, you don't deviate. So there are 4 fundamental principles, and these 4 fundamental mistakes, if you make, you are out of track. First is time. Time constraint is the main goal of your study. If you are not doing study based on time constraint method, you are automatically out of the league. Second is sticking to a particular resource during revision is the most important part. Remember, you are not supposed to change resources now. Third is your source must be revisable. If it is not revisable, you should make it revisable. So make a revisable source. If you don't make a revisable source, not only for this INICET, even for upcoming INICET, you are going to face problem. And fourth is very, very important, the problem which many students lack during this course is accountability. Unless you are accountable for your studies, unless you are very disciplined enough, or you make a means, you develop a mechanism through which you stay accountable to your goals, you are not going to crack this year's INICET. So I'll tell you this each problem in detail and give you the solution also, how to overcome it. Now for example, anatomy, how to go about anatomy in just 3 days is your question, right? Like anatomy is so vast, your notes may be some 200 pages. So how to complete this 200 pages in 3 days? So first method, there are 2 methods for this. First method is known as time constraint method, which means you use time as a source to complete your studies. For example, let's say you have 100 pages in 3 days. Okay, let's say your anatomy notes has 100 pages and you're supposed to complete it in 3 days. That means that one day you will have to cover how many pages? 33 pages. Okay, if one day you are covering 33 pages and let's say you are sitting for 6 hours per day, okay, 6 hours per day, that means in 1 hour almost, okay, in 1 hour on average you should cover how many pages? Around 5 pages. So 1 hour 5 pages means for 5 minutes you will be completing 1 page. Getting my point? So that in 50 minutes you'll be covering 5 pages and then you'll have 10 minutes of break using Pomodoro session. So this is known as time constraint revision. I get many queries from students who have especially bulky notes from live classes or main notes, main videos. So the problem is they don't know how to finish things. Like the problem is if they give more time for that and they will be going into non-important topics, okay? And if they give less time, they won't be understanding concepts. So they are in a fix. So for those people, this time constraint revision is the best pattern to study, because you have a notes, you have 100 pages, you just need to keep this time constraint so that you can finish topics on time. Second method is for those students who have very bulky notes. Okay, so what happens is this is known as content based constraint method. For example, let's say you attended some live class of some platform, okay, and then you have some 500 pages notes at the end. Now you don't know how to go through this 500 pages. Now in 3 days it is definitely not possible. It is not possible for me, not possible for you, for no one it's possible, because this is your first revision. In your subsequent revisions you can actually go, but in first revision how to go about it? It's simple. There is something known as using high yield points from the notes. Like your notes will have some 500 pages. But if you take only high yield topics, now how to know what is high yield? Definitely when AIMS is giving papers to examiners to prepare, those are the, old professors. They are some director professors, head of departments from different institutes. They don't know what INICET is, they don't know what Marrow is, they don't know what BTR is, they don't know anything. They just, what they know is these are the set of PYQs which AIMS has given them. Prepare from this question paper and they'll prepare similar type of questions. Getting my point? So that means that all your questions are based from PYTs only. Especially in INICET, most of the things get repeated from PYTs. That means if you do PYT based study from your notes, like for example, let's say one heading like pneumothorax, okay? Pneumothorax was a heading in your notes and you are just reading pneumothorax part after reading that from PYQ. Let's say your first PYQ was based on pneumothorax, so you just read pneumothorax part and you highlighted it, okay? And next you went through next question. Second question was based, let's say, on surgical sutures, okay? So you just read sutures. So when you do like this, your 100% of notes automatically gets concised to around 40%. You didn't do anything. You just highlighted PYTs and you read that specific paragraphs only, not entire chapter, specific paragraphs only. So automatically your 100% of notes gets converted to 40%, which then you can revise. So what you're doing, basically you have 300 pages and you're ticking only important topics, or you're going through important topics only based on previous year questions, and that time you are skipping low yield content, and hence you will be able to finish things on time. This is known as content based constraint method. So now there will be some people who tell, sir, I don't know which is important. Now I don't have time to go back to PYQs, or I did PYQs already. Now I can't go back. Now you tell me how to study which is important and which is not. So for those people, there is a PDF which is available. Please go to the pinned comment section. So here what we have done is like anatomy, for example. For this, for INICET only. Okay, this is not for nothing else. For INICET only. This is known as INICET Gold because this is the most important part of INICET. Okay, so you know that in anatomy your sequence should be this. Say neuroanatomy first, then head and neck, then pelvis, abdomen, histology, upper limb. Least important is the back, okay, and less questions also have been asked from general anatomy. So this is the order of priority that you should give when you study. And then in neuroanatomy, these are the most important questions. Say then you get head and neck. These are the previous year topics. Basically these are the previous year topics. Then you have pelvis anatomy, then you have histology. In upper limb you have only two important questions that are asked: ulnar nerve and brachial plexus. Embryology also pharyngeal arches, urogenital serous and thyroid gland. Then you go to thorax, lower limb. General anatomy only these three topics, and back you have only just two topics. So this will make sure that you stay on topic only. Even from your notes only you can select the specific topics and study. Okay, so these are based on last 5 years or last 10 years of INICET papers. So even if you miss some papers also, it's okay. Last 10 years total data you have. Go to the pinned comments and you see the link for this. Now second biggest mistake is using a new source. Never do this. Never use a new source. Now someone will tell that use MTR because MTR is very easy, you can finish 2 reads. No, don't do that now because your INICET is just 55 days away. You don't have time to go through a new source and again study some new things. Yes, you can use a revisable source if you are able to read that source in 10 days. Remember, if any source which you can revise within 10 days, you can read and revise in 10 days, then only you can use that source, because that much time we will have. Okay, so that will be a very high yield concise source only. Otherwise any source which takes more than that time and you haven't revised your source already, then don't use any new source. This is a common thing that you should have in your brains. Okay, third is your source should be revisable. I told you just now how to make a revisable source, so I won't go into it again. Now revise, when it say revisable source, many of you will have some source which is already big, you can't revise in last 10 days. Now you don't have time also to concise it into 10 days. Let's say in last 10 days your anatomy should be completed within 4 hours. Do you have a source which is like revisable within 4 hours is the question. So I got this queries from many students earlier also, so that's why I came up with a solution that can help you actually. So this is a 200 pages, just 200 pages INICET May 2026 checklist. So basically what we have in this is you have this initially you have this what you should do in the last week of it. This is basically designed to study in last 10 days only, and the entire source, entire 200 pages can be revised in just 4 days. You can complete 50 pages in 1 day. It is not very difficult. I'll show you. So how to use this PDF, everything is given here. Okay, and then what you should do in last few days is also given. Okay, like exactly what you should do, which things you should do, what you should carry to exam hall, everything is given, and what documents you should carry, everything is given. Okay, so then we have started this PDF checklist PDF with the pathology. That is because pathology has maximum number of questions since last 5 years of INICET combined. Okay, so we have started with patho. So basically we have all these image based representations. Okay, everything is there. Along with that we have on this side we have explanation part. So pathology we have around 20 pages. Okay, and then we have medicine. Okay, so this is pathology and this is medicine. Okay, for example you see cardiac component, which is a very important question, headache, which is very important question. Okay, tension, pneumothorax, as I told you, everything whatever is there to diagnose and understand, it is there. Okay, similarly ischemic ischemic stroke, whatever is required. Okay, so we have other subjects also. All 19 subjects are completed. So for example, dengue, what all things you should know, Hirschsprung's disease, what all you should know. So these are basically subject wise only. Okay, each subject is divided. After, for example, now you are going into anatomy, you see anatomy of skull, then you have Dijor syndrome, which is frequently asked in embryology. You have interosseous muscles which are asked, which you have muscles of mastication, you have types of epithelium. Okay, similarly you have let's say in psychiatry, you have Mental Health Care Act, schizoid personality, okay, SSRIs, OCD. So everything. This is in dermat, you see clinical signs of dermatological diseases, what is Auspitz sign, what is Nikolsky sign, what is Kobner phenomenon. So basically this is a collection of all high yield topics, not more than 200 pages. Everything is there in this 200 pages, everything, and it can be studied within 4 days. So this was specifically made for INICET May 2026, so that you don't make mistake in those repeated PYTs which are being asked. Okay, that is the only aim for this. If you want, you can check the link of the PDF in the comment section. So now next fourth problem which we discussed was accountability, and accountability is the main thing that is required. Okay, so for this there is an app which is available on Play Store which is known as YPT. Okay, now I am not promoting this app because this is used by many people nowadays, and it has actual accountability where you can even switch on your camera, sit in front of it, switch on your camera so that other people can see whether you are studying or not, and you can also see what other people are doing. Okay, so this is that level of accountability app. Okay, so one more form of accountability is where you directly report to a person that you have studied this much, and that person will tell you how much you have studied. Okay, like is it okay, what changes can be made. Okay, so this is the screenshot from from my mentorship sessions, which you guys know by now that for NEETpg I had started mentorship from November 20 onwards, and we have had total 3 batches now. Now third batch recently started. So during live session, students actually thanked me for the mentorship session that I carried out. So I just attached few screenshots. Okay, so you can see how mentorship has changed their studies. Okay, so this is the entire feedback that I have got. I have not published this anywhere till now because I'm not a person who advertises so much regarding whatever students have achieved. But I felt now is the time you also know that how this mentorship changes sessions are actually changing people, how it is helping them study. So all these are feedbacks in the mentorship session during the live session that goes on. Okay, so for this reason, and I also had much demand from my mentorship students also, that I start a new batch for INICET only, because I was doing for NEETpg so far and they wanted me to do for INICET. So far it was going on YouTube live, but now I have changed a bit. For INICET, those who want accountability for upcoming 55 days, I repeat again, those students who want accountability for upcoming 55 days with daily live sessions, daily time schedules, and daily you want to talk to me, you want to see what the schedule is. Okay, daily schedule will be given, everything will be given. Okay, and this is known as daily mentorship Dr. RMD guidance for May INICET. We'll start with first batch, that is from March 20. Okay, so this will be total of 55 days till INICET. I'll make sure that you stay on track. Okay, so you don't deviate. So basically it's a 55 days journey from March 20 till May 15. Okay, and there will be daily live session except Sunday. Sunday we won't have, we'll have a rest day on Sunday, and daily we'll have live session on Zoom. Okay, that is through Telegram. We'll have integration with Zoom. All link will be given in the Telegram group only, and it will be for doubt clearing sessions. Okay, so daily around half an hour we'll be dedicating for clearing your doubts, everything. Okay, it will be on daily basis, and the daily timetable and schedule will also be sent on the Telegram group. So I know that you guys already have spent so much on your coaching platforms, and you have spent unnecessary amount on some PDFs, random PDFs which come on Instagram, random PDFs which PDF notes, some annotated notes. I don't know why you guys, and even some MCQ Q banks and all. I don't know why you purchase it. So that's why I have kept this as a very nominal, just rupees 10 per day. Okay, and important thing is only 80 students will be allowed in one batch. Okay, so this batch 1 will start from March 20. So only for 80 students. After that, if many students still have demand, then I'll start one more batch. Okay. So how to go ahead, you will find the link in the comment section. Just go to that link, there you will find this mentorship button. Okay, you have to register for that. See, I'll just show you. So this is how the platform will be once you go into the website. This is the website. So after that, you will be redirected to a page where you will get all the details regarding how it will work, everything on the left hand side, and on the right hand side you will proceed ahead with joining the batch. Once you join, then you will be redirected to a Telegram group, and from there you will get all updates, everything will be provided there only. Okay, now these 4 fundamental mistakes should not be done, only then you will be able to crack this NEETpg, INICET. Now there will be some people who actually have genuine doubt, who want to talk to me. See, earlier on I was free little bit when my MD ended. Okay, MD residency ended, so I was free for a time, but now I'm actually self-employed, so I don't get much time for talking to students. Okay, So but that's why I have made this online consultation. So only those who require will get the assistance. Okay, so you can go to the website in the pinned comment section and you can book your online call. You can just see the reviews whichever I get. I have total attended 144 booking sessions since last 3 months. Okay, 144, and out of this 144 still I have got 4.9 rating. So that means you just imagine the quality of these sessions. So these are basically 20 minutes 20 minutes Google Meets. So in which I will give you guidance. Mostly it will extend beyond that also. It usually takes some 20-30 minutes, and I just make sure that your doubts are cleared. So these are the reviews that I have for the online consultation, and believe me, these reviews can't be fabricated. For super profile reviews, these are just like Google reviews. You can't just create fake ones. Okay, so these are the authentic ones, and these are everything I'm showing you. Okay, so basically for INICET, we'll have around 55 days, and these 55 days will decide what your future career is going to be. So I have given everything. I have told you where you will go wrong, what problems you'll face, everything, and I have also told you what are the solutions for this. So all the best. If you have any doubts, you can mail me, or you can comment your doubts in the comment section. If I'm free, I'll reply to them. All the best.